Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to a big milestone episode here tonight, Trent, right? Episode 20. 20 straight weeks of the Jake break. What an exciting journey and that we're on here. Appreciate you all tagging along here for such a big episode. We got lots to chat about, so I'm sure we'll jump right into it. But how about it? 20 episodes in. What's it feeling like to you tonight, Trent?
I don't know. It's a little crazy. But we saw each other today, and I was like, "Hey, what time are we doing the podcast?" And you're like, "Oh crap, today's Sunday." I'm like, "Yep, yes it is."
Yeah, this weekend's been
the weeks have been flying by, so
yeah.
Excited to bring you another one, a fresh episode.
That's right, bringing in a fresh episode, and we do have plans. So we're trying to get some guests on board here, learn some more people's stories, learn more about them. Have them bring a fresh take to the show here, bring some new and exciting content to you folks out there. But we do have already an acceptance for a potential dynamic duo that will join the show, hopefully in the coming weeks, maybe at the milestone quarter century episode at 25 there. We won't reveal anything yet, but when it happens, I'm sure you all know, and there will be an electric episode. But tonight, celebrating the 20th episode, we appreciate you all for those of you that have been with us the whole entire ride. If you're just joining for the first time, welcome aboard. Tonight is bound to be an exciting episode here, whether you're listening Monday morning or any time next week or next month, next year. A wild weekend of football, wild weekend in general here, and I think we just got to get right into it, right? So every week we've been cycling, talking about the college football experience. Friday night kicked us off with an exciting game with Louisville-Miami. Huge upset. Louisville taking down Miami. Number 2 Miami getting taken down. That game was crazy. So I watched most of it. I didn't watch all of it, but I watched most of it. Louisville's no joke. Like, their defense is actually legit. If their offense could get the train rolling, even muster something together, their defense is no joke. I mean, I don't know. Did you catch any of that game? What were your thoughts on it?
I watched the end of the game. And for those of you who are out there that are Miami fans, I feel like this is a yearly, I don't know, I feel like it happens every year, where they gain steam, they get the top 10, the top 5, and then they crap the bed, and then they're garbage for the rest of the year. It seems to repeat itself year after year. I mean, not year after year, but quite frequently it happens. Yeah. I'm not the biggest Carson Beck fan, never have been. A little bit on the cocky side for me. I'm never rooting against anybody, but I'd love to see a good upset, and once against Miami, I'm all for it. But, I mean, it's easy to come into a game when you're unranked against a team like Miami. I mean, they're fantastic, don't get me wrong. But it's easy for an unranked team to come to a top 25 ranked team, right? Mm-hmm. It's easy to come in the game and fold right away. You're just assuming, okay, let's try to at least put 7 points on the board and, hold them to under 40, and we'll call it a win. But you're right, the defense for Louisville balled out. I mean, they gave Miami everything they could handle, plus some. So,
like 4 interceptions, it doesn't matter if Carson Beck's throwing blindfolded. That's still pretty impressive for a high-level Division I college defense to get 4 interceptions in one game against the number 2 ranked opponent in the country. Unreal. I mean, it just blew my mind at the end of the game when I saw that. So I can't give a full reaction to that because I didn't see, all 4 interceptions. I saw the one, everyone saw that one, but the other 3, I don't know what happened there, but it was pretty wild.
And I think Carson Beck after the game said that last interception was due to a complete miscommunication. I guess that the route wasn't ran the way that he thought the route was supposed to be ran. So I don't know if he specified that the route was ran wrong or he messed up. I don't know, but he said it was due to a miscommunication. Mm. But at the end of the day, in the fourth quarter, when you have to drive down the field to score a touchdown, those miscommunications can't happen. Like, it's just, it can't. But
yeah,
I mean, that was exciting.
Yeah, you could shake something up there. I mean, Louisville's only a one-loss team, somewhat competitive conference. I don't know.
I think this year, last year was a major toss-up for the committee for the top 12 teams for the playoff. I think this year it's going to be even crazy.
Yeah.
There are so many teams out there that are, depending on where the bye weeks fall, 5-1, 6-1. it's insane. And the amount of at one point were top 10 teams that have lost to an unranked opponent too.
Right.
So that's going to throw some stuff into the mix. And there's teams out there that are, either have one loss or no losses, but they haven't played that many people. So it's going to be fun to see where the committee ranks record and strength of schedule versus losses and against what ranked opponents.
Right.
So I think this year it's going to be, come mid-December, it's going to be tough for the committee.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, yeah, we could rattle off a bunch of different games here that happened over the weekend. I mean, Saturday with Georgia beating Ole Miss, a 9-5, not really upset, but a 9-5 win. Alabama beating Tennessee in the rivalry game, smoking the stogies, firing up the cigars at the end of the game. Gotta love that. And then, obviously Vanderbilt makes another big statement win against LSU, right? Number 10 LSU going down to Vandy. They got that team fired up in Vanderbilt. They're exciting to watch. Diego Pavia, he's fun to watch. I don't know if they're going to make any magic or, make an exciting run in the playoffs or anything, but beating LSU, that gets them on track to do it. I don't know, did you watch any other of those games on Saturday?
So I watched the Georgia Ole Miss game and the Vanderbilt game.
Okay.
Ole Miss had their opportunities to win that game. It was back and forth. It was a fun game to watch. There was just a few key game-changing plays in that game that gave Georgia the win. Hats off to Lane Kiffin. He caught the one play. They saw that. Ole Miss was about to snap the ball, and Lane Kiffin saw something on the Georgia's defense, and he tapped the top of his head. He's yelled at his quarterback and tapped the top of his head. Whatever that means, they knew what it meant. So the quarterback tapped his head, yelled at the line. They snapped the ball, and they went off for a 70-yard touchdown.
Dang.
So Lane Kiffin saw something. That's just phenomenal to be able to scan the field and be like, we have a play cut out for this defensive scheme. But at the end of the day, when you have two teams like that, I think Ole Miss can still do some damage.
Mm-hmm.
Great team, but again, Georgia, they're just big and physical, and it takes the right mentality to play all four quarters against a team like that when you're looking across the line and you see just giants. And even running back, to look at that, it's intimidating, to say the least. And Lane Kiffin said that before the game. He's like, our guys are going to come in. He's like, this team's big and strong, and we're going to have to kind of get that out of our mind and play some good football.
Yeah. That's good. What did you think of the Vanderbilt game? Was the swaggy Diego Pavia, he's still strutting his stuff, or what's going on in Vanderbilt? I did not catch that game, so I want to hear your take on it.
So, Diego Pavia reminds me of a mix of Johnny Manziel and Baker Mayfield.
Okay. All right. How so?
But built like a linebacker.
Oh yeah, the dude's thick. I mean, he's got some girth to him, some mass.
He's got the scrambling of Baker Mayfield, right?
Okay.
Baker Mayfield. Every time I watch him run around the pocket, that circus music plays in my mind because he's just this little dude. Just I feel like he's ducking under arms and through the legs. He's just somehow he finds a way to be fantastic.
Right.
So he has that of Baker Mayfield. He can scramble and somehow make that one play was 4th and 3, 4th and 4. And he was scrambling, made a play through to the weak side, and they got the first down near the end of the game there. But then Johnny Manziel, he just has this cockiness, kind of ego towards him. Seems like a cool dude, but you can tell he feels himself.
Yeah, brings the excitement.
He does. He brings the excitement to college football, and I guess he was supposed to do post-game interviews, but apparently he got absolutely hammered after the game, and he couldn't do post-game interviews.
I did not know that. That's news to me. All right.
I saw something on Instagram or Twitter or X this morning saying that he was supposed to do post-game interviews, and they said Diego is unable. They didn't say he got hammered, but they said he is unable to do post-game interviews. And they said that he likes to party, so...
Okay.
But, big win at home. It's good for the program. Like you said, I don't know how deep they're going to go in the actual playoffs, but they got a good team. So we'll see what happens there.
Well, and I know some of the Manziel magic might be rubbing off on him, because did you see he was on the sidelines, what was it, last week or the week before? At home at the Vandy game, and I was like, what the world's, Johnny Manziel, Johnny Football even on there, because he wasn't a Vanderbilt guy. Texas A&M through and through, so, why is he get sideline attention here? But, I mean, when you're talking about probably one of the most electric college football players of all time, I guess he goes where he wants.
Exactly. But then I guess we can talk about Penn State.
Yeah, another game. Unfortunately, I did not watch a single second of it because I was away pretty much all day Saturday. I don't know. What'd you think of that with the new shakeup at head coach and new quarterback, everything?
I want to preface this by saying I am a fan of Terry Smith. I think he was a good individual to choose for the interim head coach. He has excitement every play. He looked locked in. He had that fire in him. When there were some pretty poor calls, he was in the ref's ear right away, fighting for his team. Mm-hmm. Where I feel as though towards the end of James Franklin's tenure, we kind of lost that fire, or at least I didn't see that fire in him as much. So he was out there fighting for his guys. And I want to say that for the first game back at Kinnick Stadium, night game, Penn State-Iowa rivalry, fresh off of the head coach firing, I am not upset with how we played.
Especially when the starting quarterback goes down, right?
Yeah. I think, honestly, this game that we played, we showed the most heart out of any game this season.
That's good.
I'll say showed the most heart. I wouldn't say we had the best showing, especially, I'll start offensively. Katron Allen can run the ball, right? Mm-hmm. We know this. He had a great game. There was a few plays, especially at the end of the game, it's 4th and 4. And we know that Ethan Grunkemeyer was shaky all night. He'd never settled in.
Okay.
Iowa found out when they brought the blitz, Ethan looked like a chicken with his head cut off. He froze. As soon as he saw 2 extra rushers or more come at him, he froze. He took 2 steps right, 2 steps left, 2 steps back, and he was like, you could tell he was freaking out.
That's tough.
So Iowa caught on to that end of the second quarter, beginning of the third quarter, and then so on 4th and 4, that we have to get this first down to give us a chance, or if they stop us, they win the game. As a offensive coordinator and head coach, you have to realize I was bringing a blitz. That's what's going to happen. So either you cook up a play that is going to be a screen, get the ball in his hands and get it out of his hands instantly, or maybe have Katron Allen beside you and then flip it to him off the outside and try to get around the edge for 4 yards. Something. But instead we have him in the pocket and they bring pressure and he panics and takes a sack.
That's tough.
Or no, he doesn't take a sack. He throws it up and almost gets Trebor Pena down the right, but it was incomplete. So defensively looked decent. Offensively, run game looked good. But he just never settled in. And I don't blame the kid. Playing at Kinnick, your first career start, is tough.
Yeah.
It's tough for anybody. One thing I will say defensively, Iowa's quarterback, he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. He was throwing the ball 5 yards out of bounds when he wasn't trying to throw the ball away. There was one where the receiver was rolling to the right of the end zone, and he threw it 5 yards out of bounds, and he was not trying to throw it away.
So not even competitive, passes whatsoever.
He couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. But he has great legs. Okay. And I guess he's nursing a left knee injury, but he's still... I don't know if he rushed 9 times for over 130 yards or something close to that. Gosh. The one time, was it right at the end zone, we had 2 guys on the outside of the line, 2 linebackers, it might have been safeties, on the outside of the line, that I think they were supposed to be spies. Of course, they did they faked the run, and then he can hide the ball and sell it so good, and then he rolled out and just walked in the end zone. Even the weak side safety that was made for the spy, I'm assuming was for the spy, bit so hard and ran to the inside. Didn't even know the quarterback had the ball. So, as a defensive coordinator, after you see the first, maybe, I would say 2 runs we're like, we have to watch this kid's legs because he can't hit the broadside of a barn. We have to make them run the ball, and he's going to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't adjust, and he ran all over us, and that was the run game was Iowa's, saving grace in that game. So I think as a defensive coordinator and head coach, you kind of have to pick up on those things quicker than, even at the end of the game we didn't do it, but I think we have to pick up on them and make some adjustments. Whether you set a linebacker to be a spy on every play and make your other guys play tight man and just have a linebacker that is spying the quarterback. That's his job.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I wasn't upset with it. This season we know is pretty much in the hopper. Now we're going to be fighting for a bowl game.
Right.
So I think these guys have to stick it out. Like Katron Allen, they interviewed him after the game. They said, with this season being pretty much a goner and you're NFL bound, like, why are you still playing, possibly going to, get hurt before you go to the draft? And he said, I signed up to play football. I'm here to play Penn State football to the best of my ability, and I'm going to see it through. I'm not quitting. I'm not stopping because of what's going on or because our record. He's like, I'm playing through and through. So I don't know. It's a tough year for Penn State football fans, but I'm still locked.
Yeah. Well, and looking to the future, whoever that future coach may be, we already see that some schools are locking down their guys, right? We already saw that this week, even in the Big Ten, with Indiana locking down, their coach of the future. So
Kurt Signetti, I was really hoping for him, but after how because he was Coach Saban's assistant or one of his coordinators.
I'm not sure what the history is there, to be honest with you.
And then he took the job at Indiana, and that program was in the hopper. That program was terrible.
Yeah.
And to completely rebuild it and to have their players and their strength of roster is not that high in the nation, and he completely rebuilt that program. And they're ranked number 2 now, I think, and they're a scary team. So, happy for him to be able to secure a giant contract, and it kind of feels. If I was in his shoes, it would feel right to completely rebuild that program and then stay put to kind of see it through.
Yeah.
Because to rebuild it and then to jump ship is kind of counterintuitive.
Well, and he's a hero there now, anyhow.
Exactly.
Where he's brought them, it's like, why would anybody even want to think about getting rid of him?
Yeah. So, I don't know where it's going for Penn State recruiting, but I hope they. I think this was a good first game back, but we have to get our quarterback to settle in, and everyone just has to be on the same page of, we need to finish the season out trying to win every game.
Yeah, that's a good call. Good call.
But
yeah, and then today, brought some exciting NFL type games. We won't dedicate the whole entire episode to NFL because we have a lot of other exciting, neat, and funny stuff to get to. But of course, there's things I'm happy about tonight, Sunday night here, and but yeah, we'll actually talk about that and the reason why I'm excited. But first of all, fresh off of the end of the Giants-Broncos game, electric end. I don't know if you saw that quote from Bo Nix, who said, obviously, if you didn't watch that game, the Broncos made a last-second field goal to win the game. Bo Nix said something along the lines of, I feel bad for the folks that left the stands early because the Broncos, correct me if I'm wrong, were down like 21-0 at one point, right?
Yeah, I just had it up, actually. I don't want to give false numbers here. But they were, at the end of the third quarter, they were down 19-0.
Okay.
And within 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, they were up 30-26. So they scored 33 points in the fourth quarter.
That's insane. Good for them.
Good for them, but also, if I was Coach Dabble of the Giants, I would be furious.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah.
To shut out a team like the Broncos. Not saying the Broncos are, crazy by any means, but they have a solid offense.
Oh, yeah. Winning record.
To shut them out through 3 quarters and then to lose the game in the fourth quarter, that is just gutting, right?
Yeah.
But then also the Giants kicker was hurt, so they had their second-string kicker. He misses an extra point earlier in the game. And then Jackson Dart with 2 minutes or 3 minutes left on the clock drives New York down the field and rushes and dives in for a touchdown. Then they're up 2. The kicker comes in to make it a 3-point game, so that way there's only like 40 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah.
The Broncos kick a field goal, tie game, go to overtime. Giants kicker misses the extra point. The second one of the game. So then the Broncos were only down 2, and then they drove. I don't know what happened to the secondary of the Giants, but to let 2 bombs be thrown downfield to get them within a 38-yard field goal, something like that.
Yeah, and they had no timeouts. None.
Yeah, no time. Yep, they ran up the field, spiked the ball, and the one player, he was hurt for the Giants, but he didn't make it back to the line fast enough.
Yeah.
So when the Broncos snapped the ball, there was a penalty, and then extra 5 yards were given to the Broncos. But I mean, I think if the Giants don't leave that kicker in Denver, I don't think he's going to be on the team much longer, because that is unacceptable.
Like, were the extra points they missed even close?
They were close. It wasn't like a complete muff, but again, when you are making that much money and you have one job, I mean, I understand if you're kicking a 60-yard field goal and you miss it, right? At that, like, I think what people don't understand, say you kick at the 20-yard line and you have your center line and you're 3 feet off at 20 yards. At 60 yards, that could be 15 feet off. Like, it's such a difficult kick at that distance. But when you're kicking an extra point and you're making that much money, and that's your job, is to kick a ball through the uprights, I know you have pressure and you have to make it a 3-point game. But at the end of the day, that's your job. And any of us who work, if we fail at our job miserably, we're going to get canned. So it is what it is.
Well, and I was just looking here quick. I don't know if this is actually true or not, but I was looking to see what the percentage is, right? How many extra points were missed this year? So I'm looking to see how many were missed so far.
If there's any NFL teams out there, I can kick extra points. So if you need someone just to come in, I'm not saying I'm going to kick a 50-yarder or I'm going to make it. If you give me practice, I can do it. But if you need someone just to kick extra points, I'm here. I'll be your man. Give me, I don't know, $100,000 a year. I'll be on the team. I'll be there. I'll be the water boy too.
Dude, I tried it once or twice when I was still in college, and we'd go on the football field afterwards. After you get it dialed in, like, I'm not saying it's easy by any means, but, like,
Yep.
You and I both played soccer and stuff, so we have a little bit familiarity with how to kick ball in general. But it was actually a lot of fun. I was like, man, why didn't I try and do this in, like, high school or something? But so to give some context here, there's no official total count for 2025. I'm sure you could find it if you dig on the internet a little bit deeper, but I didn't. I just used, like, the AI overview on Google and ChatGPT. But 2024, for a reference, 94.6% of extra points were made in 2024. So, like, over 90% are going to be made. So to miss 2 in one game is pretty wild, for sure.
And I understand coming in as a backup, like, you've never been in that position before, and it's a close game, you're on the road, you got the nerves, but at the end of the day, you have to figure out a way to settle down.
Right.
Like, it is what it is. And also, as a backup, you got to do what you got to do to get your head in the right space, because when you're a backup, that either makes or breaks your career.
Oh, yeah.
If you have a great showing, you could get signed by another team that has a terrible primary kicker, and you could be a team's ride or die kicker. Or you have a showing like this, you are going to get cut, and you're probably never going to get touched again.
Right. Basically blacklist yourself.
Yeah, that guy, I mean, what's his name? The Colts kicker, Rodrigo Blankenship, the guy with the goggles.
Yeah.
He was fantastic for the Colts, 3 years ago?
Yeah, before he got hurt.
Now he's not even in the league.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He was one of the best kickers in the league, and now he's playing for the XFL or UFL or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's any position, but kickers especially, because at the end of the day, you got one job.
Mm-hmm.
And if you repeatedly fail at that one job, you can be replaced.
Yeah, no doubt. And it was an exciting game for sure, but I wasn't watching that game in its entirety. I only watched like that last drive there because I was watching the Dallas Cowboys game. The Cowboys are back, baby. They are back, Trent. The Cowboys are back in the worst kind of way. It's unbelievable. So today, Dak plays at his MVP level like he has been all freaking season long. CD Lamb is back. George Pickens is back. Without those two, we are lost. But they just played out of their minds. Unbelievable performance. Jake Ferguson catches 2 tight end touchdowns in the end zone. You know, our running back duo is just, bouldering over people, carrying bodies with them. And the big ticket item of the game tonight, Trent, was the defense kind of showed up. And we won. Now, Grant, I get it. People are going to say, oh, the Commanders didn't have any receivers. You know what? Neither did the Panthers. Neither did the Bears. But you know what? They looked like Super Bowl contenders against our defense before. But today, Jerry said that they were going to not play as much zone defense. Tonight, they played around like a high 40s man-to-man defense. Look what happened. Daron Bland gets a pick 6. We hold a team below 30 points. That scores more points, can run all over teams, and we get a win. They are back on track, baby. I am all about the Dallas Cowboys right now. The division is, still in the hunt. The Super Bowl is still in the hunt. It's our year. It is our year.
I will say I watched most of that game. Dak Prescott, after he hurt his ankle, 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm. Then tore his hamstring from his bone last year.
Yeah, so after those injuries from Dak, it kind of right before even those injuries, he was kind of going downhill, I thought. His decision-making was poor. He was throwing a lot of interceptions. He was less mobile. So I thought this year, it was going to be his make-or-break season, which I said at the beginning, that this year was either going to secure his tenure in Dallas or it was going to get him canned out of Dallas. Well, let me tell you, he has surprised me beyond words. It is so easy for a quarterback to make any receiver look fantastic, but when you got a receiver like CeeDee Lamb and you got a receiver like George Pickens, Dak was throwing 40-yard bombs and laying that ball in the breadbasket. The receivers didn't even have to extend their arms the whole way. Dak looked so comfortable and confident. He was throwing dimes. His decision-making was fantastic. If he continues like this for the rest of the season, he is in the MVP hunt.
Oh, and if our record would be, if our defense was even mediocre at best, and we won a couple more games where Dak would be balling out and our defense couldn't hold water in a paper bag, he would probably be the MVP front runner right now, without a doubt.
Yeah.
It's just unreal the way he's playing right now, and you know me, I'm a Cowboys fan, and I'm fired up. I'm excited, baby. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's crazy how a team can have the best offense in the NFL and then one of the worst defenses in the NFL. That makes such a huge difference.
Statistically, no joke, going into this week, they were statistically the best offense in the NFL and the worst defense in the NFL. Like you said, how you can go from the cream of the crop to, scraping crumbs all on one team is just unreal. And then here's the thing. You got an all-pro returner in Turpin who came back this week, which is incredible, exciting. And then you got Brandon Aubrey, Mr. Automatic, that can hit them from the parking lot. It's just if we can even be mediocre at defense, we will be fine.
Only if you had Micah Parsons.
Oh, dude, that's...
No. That's just because you paid Dak too much money. You had no money to spend on defensive players. You're paying the defensive players minimum wage to play football.
Hey, if Jerry would quit having contracts like it's the 1980s, I think we would still have Micah. So, yeah. But I don't know. I think it all comes down to scheme, right? If you watch that game, there is no creativity in the pass rush. It's just like, hey, you beat the guy in front of you. It's like, where's the creativity at here, folks? Come on, let's use our noggins a little bit. But I think at the end of the day, we got some more man coverage like I've been begging, and all of Cowboy Nation has been begging. We got it, we showed it, and by God, we're back in the win column this week, and I'm fired up.
And I think there's times, depending on your player base and more specifically the receivers, but I think the most important factor is the quarterback you're playing against, of what defensive scheme you run. There are some quarterbacks that are notoriously terrible against man coverage, and there's other quarterbacks that are notoriously awesome against man coverage. So you have to kind of look at the strengths and weaknesses of who you're playing against, because if you play against a quarterback that is phenomenal against zone defense and you decide to run zone, you're going to get smoked. Even if your guys aren't the most comfortable in playing zone, but the quarterback's terrible at zone, you better be playing zone.
Yeah, give them some looks.
It is what it is. And if it's what you're doing isn't working, you better switch it up instead of just sticking to your game plan and hoping it turns out to work at the end of the fourth quarter. But, they definitely looked mediocre this week, and it panned out.
Yeah, I cannot wait to hear what Stephen A. Smith has to say about it tomorrow. And if he ever wants to be on the show, we can gladly talk to the Dallas Cowboys. I would love that, and I would welcome that. But I'll be anxious to see what he says tomorrow. So, But beyond football, a fantastic weekend altogether. We're able to have a little bit of fun here today. The last couple of weeks we've been talking about this Blackstone magic. We got some video evidence of you at work on it today. Yes, talk about the spread you put on, what all you did here this weekend with the Blackstone. It was just incredible. It was like watching, Bob Ross paint a painting on PBS. I mean, it was just incredible to watch and be a part of.
So we did a big breakfast this morning. So it was French toast, eggs, sausage, bacon, and hash browns. All in the Blackstone. And Jake came down for that, so we had a big old breakfast going on. And, I was halfway between cooking the hash browns and the bacon, and my father-in-law was like, yeah, bacon stopped sizzling. And I was like, oh, yeah, maybe the cold bacon kind of, because sometimes you put cold meat on a hot Blackstone, it kind of cools down the top a little before it gets hot again. He looks at it, he's like, I think your gas is out. I'm like, oh, my gosh. So Jake and I ran across the street to the Rudders, changed the propane tank out, came back, so we were back, back on a roll. So cooked that breakfast up, but let me tell you, that was the first time I've ever cooked eggs in bacon grease. Those were the best eggs I think I've ever had in my life.
They were phenomenal.
Hands down. They were awesome. And I'm not like the biggest fan of just eggs. I mean, they're just plain scrambled eggs with cheese and a little bit of seasoning, but cooked in that bacon grease, man, top tier. Never do it another way.
Yeah. If we had to redo the blind draft of breakfast foods again, I would have to pick like the Trent scrambled eggs on the Blackstone. I mean, they'd be top 3 if I had the option. So they were real good.
So we ate that, and then afterwards I was on meal prep duty for the week for my wife. So she wanted breakfast sandwiches for this week. So Jake helped me. We did sausage, egg, and cheese on English muffins for her breakfast. And then she wanted chicken fried rice for lunches. So I marinated chicken in the fridge overnight, and then did fried rice with vegetables and the chicken, mixed it all together. Turned out fantastic. Smelled incredible.
Yeah.
So the Blackstone got its workout today. A little bit of everything.
Yeah, it's earning its keep. It's earning its keep at the household of Trent there. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So I'm still all gas on. I will forever be gas on the Blackstone. But it was a good day full of good food.
You're darn right. Yeah, it was something else. I'll tell you what, and it was real good. I'm telling you, if you could smell in the video that we're going to put up a little bit of some of the chef in action here, if you could even smell some of the smells through this video, you'd be drooling like a dog, seeing a bone coming off the ham or something like that. I mean, it was just unreal. Some of the smells that you're getting from that griddle, it was so stinking good. But
that was a good rebound, the cook on the Blackstone, because this morning got up, went to the bathroom, went to wash my hands, turned on the sink, Jake, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I look down and my sink is just filling up with water. I'm like, oh, the stopper's down. Nope, stopper's up. I'm like, oh, here we go. And if for any of you, those of you who have a woman or an individual living in your household that has longer hair, you know what drains are like, okay? I feel for those of you who have multiple women in your house, Godspeed. You must have Drano on a automatic order from Amazon because, let me tell you, pulled out the drain stopper, right? It has a hair catcher on it. Just this hamster on it, okay? Clean that out. I'm like, surely that was the issue.
Yeah.
Put it back in, turn the water on, same thing. Sink fills up, takes 10 minutes for it to drain. I'm like, here we go. Went down, took the P-trap off. You know how that's a mess, water everywhere. That's gross. Clean that out. I'm like, surely that was it. Put everything back together, turn the sink on. Nope, fills right back up. So Jake helps me. I'm just, man, it's gross. You got stuff all over your hands. You don't even know what it is. It's like tar on your hands, kind of. So then I had to take where it goes into the wall and the actual drainage system. Took that out. Then I had to snake it. Got a bunch of weird gunk out. Probably soap scum. And then now it's working. But for those of you who have had to tackle a clogged drain, it's not the most fun thing in the whole world.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's a good thing we're all fueled up on that amazing Blackstone breakfast this morning because helped you power through that job there because it was not fun. I'm telling you, some of the stuff you're pulling out of there, I wouldn't want to see in my dreams or else I'd wake up in a hurry. That was some wild stuff. It
doesn't help a house that's built in the 50s in cast iron drains. It's all the cast iron drains that were in our house, the whole drainage system, 99% of it is all replaced. I replaced it all with PVC, except this little bit that goes from the bathroom wall to straight, it's like, say 4 feet of pipe. It goes downstairs, ties into my PVC. So I know it's going to collapse and probably have an issue sooner or later, but as of now I got it cleared up, so we're good. But I wish, because I redid the bathroom, and then after the bathroom was already done with all the drywall and everything, I realized the condition of our drains. I wish I would have known the condition of the drains before I did the bathroom because the whole wall was exposed. I had all the drywall out.
Right. So
I could have just replaced that pipe 2 hours max, and I'd been good. Now I'm going to have to remove the vanity, cut open the drywall that I did, and move on. But it's fixed. It's good for now, so hopefully it stays there.
That's good.
But then after you left, I was changing the dog, or not changing the dog's diaper. Oh gosh, changing the baby's diaper. Right, I hear my wife out there loading the dishwasher, I think, and our dog loves to lick utensils and dishes in the dishwasher. We try to get her to stop, but it's just one of those things that she finds a way to do it. Well, I'm changing the diaper, and next thing I hear, it sounds like we had every ceramic plate in the kitchen just getting thrown, right? What apparently happened was Ember was licking utensils and bent over, and the little prongs that hold stuff.
Yeah, yep.
Got caught in her collar, and then she went to take off because it scared her. So when she went to take off, it made a loud noise, and then it scared her even more. So she took off again. Luckily, it didn't rip out the bottom drawer because it was so full of dishes, and nothing broke. But I heard my wife yelling at her, so I quick get the diaper on, get out, and Ember was terrified. Absolutely scared.
Oh my gosh.
Crapless. Ears pinned back, tail the hole between the legs tight against her stomach. She ran into our bedroom and hid in the closet. She was terrified.
Oh my gosh.
And then I went out and I called her out in the living room, and I went and stood by the dishwasher, and she just watched me, and she would not come to the kitchen. She is terrified of the dishwasher right now.
Oh my word.
And we didn't yell at her. It was just the sheer noise of the dishes clanking.
Yeah.
And that she got freaked out. But maybe that'll stop her for a week of not licking the dishwasher anymore. But the funny thing is last year my mom had the same thing happen with her dog. Her dog Daisy did the same thing, got her collar, and she actually ran, and it was still caught, and she tore the entire bottom drawer of the dishwasher out full of plates and broke all of her ceramic nice plates.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know about this. That's crazy.
Yeah. So for those of you with dogs that like to do the pre-wash, be careful with those little prongs in their collars because they will get stuck, and when they hear a clank, they'll run, and it's madness.
Jeez. Well, thank goodness you didn't lose. You didn't have too many casualties there with the plates, but that's wild. I never once heard about that before.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah, so it does sound like a pretty crazy, wild weekend, and we got some video to capture some of that. Not all of those final pieces there, but we'll definitely put up some of the chefing up videos because, man, I'm telling you what, it looks just as good or it smelled just as good as you see there, and it tasted just as good too. But yeah, well, without further ado, I think we gotta just jump right into our two favorite segments of the show here, Trent. I'm fired up and I'm passionate for this too. I don't know, I feel like I'm just fired up for this entire episode. I was looking forward to it. I'm excited for it. For the gas and brakes this week, I'll let you kick things off here for it this week.
So this week, I am pumping the brakes on ignorant public land hunters/walkers. Okay, so down in where I live, there's public land, but it gets polluted with hunters and walkers because I live in a not so rural area. Mm-hmm. The public land is very saturated with people because not everyone has access to private land here. So I had an encounter this past week, Friday morning. Beautiful day to be in the woods. It was like perfect temperature. It was one of those mornings that you just feel very good about your chances.
Right.
But then I had a woman dressed head to toe in coveralls, blaze orange coveralls, walking 3 chihuahuas who saw me up in a tree, and she purposely came right to the base of my tree. And I could tell that she was like an anti-hunter. It's like, lady, you have dog parks all over this creation in this area. You have parks that have walking trails. Okay? There is a section on this piece of public land that is no hunting and it's only for walkers. But instead, you decide to walk your 3 little yippy dogs that are louder than sin. They were also covered in blaze orange. Walk on the hunting only area. Well, you're allowed to walk there too, but the area that's allowed hunting, you decide to walk them there to just screw up other people. Mm-hmm. Gets under my skin. I'm the type of guy, it's public land, I understand. She has as much of a right as being there as I do, but at the same time,
it's a respect thing.
Exactly. Yeah. If I walk in and it's still dark and I see a hunter flashing his light,
right?
Even if that light is in the exact spot I want to be in, I am going to turn around and walk the other direction 500 yards from him. I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't want to be in that person's area. But not everyone has the same headspace. And that lady was out enjoying her walk with her dogs, I guess. But at the end of the day, don't try to, that was my one morning this whole week to hunt. I had one morning to try to put some meat in the freezer, and it got completely destroyed by a lady and 3 chihuahuas. So I got down and left at 8 a.m.
Well, 3 chihuahuas alone is just crazy in my book. Like, who in the world has the right mind space, capacity, or whatever to have 3 chihuahuas?
Yeah, I should have taken a video of her, but I didn't have my phone out because I was so mad because I heard, before I even heard the dogs, I heard her.
Oh, gosh.
She was talking to her dogs, and I heard her coming from 300 yards away. And through the woods, for those of you who don't know, like, that's loud. Mm-hmm. Because your voice hits all the leaves and trees and everything dampen your voice. I heard her coming from 300 yards away, and I was like, oh, here comes a walker. Then I heard the yips, and I'm like, oh, she has dogs. I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
That's tough. That's really tough, and especially because the morning you were talking about was beautiful. Like you said, it was calm, cool, everything about it checked the boxes. And then,
it was like 36 degrees, no wind. It was just there was like almost a little bit of frost on the ground. Mm-hmm. It was a perfect morning that just got destroyed. And the thing is, I hiked like a mile and a half back in with a tree stand on my back, like a mobile setup. So, like, I took the time and the effort to get the whole way back in where I thought no one would be, and just to get destroyed by that was very frustrating. But it's always a good time to be out.
Yeah. Well, this week I am just furious at the thing that I'm going to talk about. So I won't take up too much time, but I want to make sure I take sufficient amount of time to let Apple know that I am going all brakes on iOS 26. Quite possibly might be the worst update, technological advancement, whatever it is you want to call it, in the history of phone products. I'm telling you what, like, it is just absolutely horrendously bad. Like, my phone isn't that old, and I updated iOS 26. This thing, it literally glitched out everything on my phone. Sometimes I will type in, hey, or I'll try and type in my passcode, and it just doesn't do anything. It just glitches out, doesn't respond to anything. So it just is awful, absolutely awful. And the worst part is, it not only screwed up my phone and made it all glitchy in certain areas using apps, cameras, whatever, but it also messes with my CarPlay. So in my work car, I have Apple CarPlay. If I go to skip a song, I know this is really petty and really simple and stupid, but like, I'll go to skip a song and it'll still have like the wrong album on for the song. Like, so the other day, I clicked on, I was listening to music, right? I was listening to a George Jones song and was thinking, Tanya Tucker was still on as the album picture. That's really petty and really stupid, but it is awful with the CarPlay. Like, it's so glitchy with the CarPlay even, which I don't like because I use maps a lot for what I do for my job. It's just an absolute disaster. Like, I was Googling how to kind of reverse that, how to go back, and it's a disaster to do that. So I'm stuck. I'm stuck right now with iOS 26. I'm going all brakes on it. I think it's the worst iOS update possibly in history. Just an absolute disaster. So if you have an iPhone and you're not at that point, and I would 100% not recommend it. And here's the other kicker of it, right? They give you all this space on your phone, and then this iOS 26 takes 45% of your space on your iPhone storage. It's like, oh, your storage is full. Well, no duh, because I have this stupid iOS 26 that's taking 47 gigabytes to load up on my phone for something I don't even like. So I hope Apple hears this, because I'm just so fed up with iOS 26, and I've only had it for a few days. On Google, it says that hopefully it will resolve itself and get better after 5 days. I'm hoping that 5 days comes very, very quickly, because I'm just so over it.
Well, Jake, I'll let you know, I got iOS 26 probably 3 weeks ago. My CarPlay now is pausing my music all the time.
Oh my gosh.
I'll just be driving and my music just pauses.
That,
I'm like,
yeah.
It's infuriating. I have to keep hitting play. Also, my Face ID doesn't really work.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, I go to swipe up and it's like locked. I'm like, it has the green check mark that my face is there, and I swipe up and it's like locked. And it's like enter passcode. And I try to type in 2 numbers and it goes back to Face ID. Mm-hmm. And I told you earlier today, because you were complaining about iOS 26, when I first updated it, the next morning I woke up, I went to swipe into my phone, and all of a sudden my screen goes this dark gray. Never seen this screen in my life. The screen goes dark gray, and it said iPhone suffered critical failure, hardware failure. And I was like, and my phone was hot, and I was like,
oh my gosh,
somebody
hacked you or something. Yeah,
it was like this dark gunmetal gray screen. I was like, what the world's going on? And it was like trying to get me to put my iPhone in recovery mode, and I'm like, I don't even know what that is. So, like, I just turned my phone off and put it back on the charger, come back like an hour later, turn it on, and it was fine. But when it said my iPhone suffered critical hardware damage, I was like, what did iOS 26 do to my phone? But, yeah, I'm right there with you. If you haven't done it yet and you're considering it, don't do it.
Yeah, it's terrible. Like, usually, so here's the other thing that I'm kicking my butt on, right? I'm usually a delayed person to even do those in the first place, right? But I was like, you know what? I'm going to try and be proactive. I'm going to give this a go. So I updated to iOS like 18 something, and then the next iOS 18 something. I was like, all right, 26. That's probably a good thing to update to that. And I regretted it ever since I did it. It's just been awful. But I haven't had anything like that. But it's just, I don't know. I'll probably never update my iOS now from here on till the day I die. It's terrible.
The way I look at it, for all of these phone manufacturers, when you create this new software update for the new phones that drop, because this iOS update was for the new iPhone, whatever number they're on now. Okay. They were made for these new iPhones. So these updates should be made specifically for that model and that model newer only. These old iPhones aren't capable to run this new thing with liquid glass. I turn all that crap off because it drains my battery.
I don't know how you turn it off, so I might need to connect with you later to turn that craziness off.
It's basically just a giant appearance update, right? Which I don't care about. I want to set all my stuff black, save my battery, and I don't need it to look cool. I just need it to function. So all these new updates, it should be only made for that iPhone generation only, and not try to backdate 5-year-old phones that aren't made to or capable to run this new crap that they put out.
Oh, well, I'm glad somebody else feels that same way, because it's just been an absolute nightmare of a disaster to try and get it rolling, get it started here. So I'm glad somebody else feels that way. And if you feel that way about it as well, please let us know, because it's just been awful. But moving from that, we both were breaks this week after a great weekend. We are going to go into the blind draft, and it is Celebration Sunday all over again, because I don't know, with everyone's support, I am just on absolute heater right now. Like last week for the bonfire menu, Trent kind of got flamed for some of his picks. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to point out who said them or what was said, but he kind of got flamed by a couple people, one including your wife, for his bonfire picks. I picked up another win, 2 straight. 89% of the vote went to my picks for the bonfire menu. So that brings our totals up to, Trent, you're still at 9, right? And that puts me at 7 now. 2 ties, and then obviously our special guest one time got the dub there. So I don't know. A comeback might be in the works here.
Was it the mac and cheese? Was it the monkey bread? What was the failure?
Honestly, I thought the monkey bread was a great pick. The sausage is a great pick. The one thing that I heard from some critics was the mac and cheese.
Dude, well,
they're like, you can't cook that on a bonfire. Like mac and cheese, you'd have to cook that in a crock pot and then bring it, and you're not cooking it on the fire. And I think people might have misinterpreted it a little bit.
Yeah, because this is a bonfire. When you go to a bonfire, you're not cooking your bonfire food at the bonfire. You're going to burn it to a crisp. Bonfires are the size of a 5-story building. If you do bonfires right, you prepare the food and you bring it. For those of you haven't had my grandmother's crock pot mac and cheese, because you would eat that at a funeral, you'd eat it at a wedding, you'd eat it on a rainy day, you'd eat it on a sunny day. It's fantastic. It's one of those warm meals that when it's cold out, you eat it, you just feel all warm and cozy. Mm-hmm. It pairs perfectly with a hot Italian sausage.
Right.
I don't know.
People didn't.
I thought I had it.
I thought it was going to be a lot closer.
Maybe it was the presentation of the topic we chose, but it wasn't like cooking over the fire kind of deal. But you know what? We're gonna bounce back this week, I have a feeling. Yeah,
this is going to be a solid week. I did no preparation for this. It's a topic I'm passionate about. Trent, do you want to introduce to the folks what we're going to be doing this week?
It is just straight and simple candy. We are in the Halloween season, so instead of waiting until next week, we decided to do it this week. So for those of you who are like, oh, I'm going to have some trick-or-treaters, what are these kids wanting? Well, again, we're not 7, so we may not have the best picks, but we're going to act like we're 7 tonight, all right? We're going to have the top 5 candies. So if you're like, what should I buy for these kids? Here is a list of 10 different candies that you should have in your bowl ready for trick-or-treaters to come.
Well, and just a quick disclaimer or vote to the committee. When we're talking candy, are we including chocolate on this list?
Yes.
Sweet. Okay. Because I know some people will have the debate, be like, oh, well, chocolate and candy aren't the same thing. To me, it's all under the same umbrella. I think they're all the same.
That's like... So. Yeah, no, definitely under the same umbrella.
Because I had this argument with somebody here recently. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah, that's a hot take. If someone says candy is chocolate bar is not candy, that's wild.
100% I agree. So, I think it might be this week for me to flip the coin. What are you feeling here?
Jake, I want to say heads, but I'm going to say tails.
All right. Flip a coin. Iowa's 26 and 9.
It's tails.
Okay, it's tails. All right. Actually, you know what? Iowa's 26 and 9 are going to go rounds for picking tails. What the heck was this all about?
I'm saying we've had like 10 straight weeks of heads.
So this was
crazy.
Final last complaint about iOS 26. It has screwed up my Siri to no end. I don't use Siri much, but it just goes doo 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 doo. Like the wheel goes round and round, and then it'll just say system error, and I'm like, but I rest my case. We're done now. You won. You can go first, or you can do the second pick, whatever you want to choose. You gonna go first? I knew that was coming.
Nerds Gummy Clusters, baby. I found this in my cabinet the other night, and there was like 15 left, and I absolutely smoked these. I don't care what flavor. Give me them all. Number 1 overall pick, Nerds Gummy Clusters.
That's such a good pick. Such a good pick. They are so addicting, it's not even funny. And they're good any time of year, but that's they have them in like those little serving pouches for Halloween too, so it's amazing.
Yep.
I'm going to go with the Twix bar at number 1. Love a good Twix bar.
All right. After that, number 2, Reese's peanut butter cups.
Okay.
Just the original.
Great pick. For me, I think I'm going to go and stay on the chocolate route. No, actually I'm not. My second favorite candy is probably Skittles. I got to go with Skittles. Love Skittles.
You can have that. You could have taken that at 10 for me, Jake. Ugh. All right. Number 3, I'm going to go Kit Kat.
All right. Number 3 for me, I'm going Snickers bar. That was what I was going to pick at 2, but I was afraid you were going to get it, so I'm going Snickers.
Okay. I am going to go peanut butter M&Ms. They are one of those that you can't just eat 5 of them. They are addicting.
Yeah, I feel like they're kind of a slept-on candy as well.
Yeah.
Peanut butter M&Ms are good. Oh man, I feel like number 4. I am really surprised you haven't picked this yet, because you and I used to live on these at the golf course when we would work at the golf course. Legit, this was all I would eat sometimes for lunch. I'm going to go with the Reese's peanut butter. Let me look them up here. Is it the Fast Break or Fast Take bar?
The Fast Break.
Reese's Fast Break, is that what it is?
Yeah, with the nougat inside.
Yes, Reese's Fast Break. Oh, they're so freaking good.
Funny story about that real quick. One time I went to a soccer game late at night. Way home, got a king-size Fast Break bar. Ate half of it. Came home, so tired. I put it in the freezer instead of the fridge. I don't know why. I don't know why I just let it set out. Freezer, found it the next day. I was like, I really want to eat this. I need to thaw it. Still in the wrapper. Threw that thing in the microwave. Newsflash, candy wrappers have aluminum foil in them. That inside the microwave is a lightning storm. Turn on the microwave, instantly blue bolt of lightning everywhere. Open the door, I'm like, oh, well, it was only in there for a second, I'm fine. Take the wrapper off, I take a bite, it tastes like lightning. I don't know how to tell you, I don't know how to explain it, but if you are curious, put a Reese's Fast Break bar in the microwave for 5 seconds, take it out, take a bite, it tastes like lightning. Okay?
That's a new one, I love that.
Moving on. We're going to go Milky Way number 5.
Okay. Milky Way. That is one I haven't had in a long time. So that's a.
I love caramel. It's like the perfect amount of caramel mixed in.
Oh man, this is so hard to pick. So I'm twisted between 2 things here. And since I have the final pick, I have the freedom to pick either one since you're not picking them. Actually, shoot, now I just thought of another one. There's 3 on this list that I need to find some homes. But you know what? I think I just got to go with just your regular Twizzlers. Plain Jane Twizzler.
Is the regular one strawberry? Is that?
I think so. It's like the red Twizzler, yeah. But the honorable mentions I had were like those sweet tart ropes. They're really good. Or the other one. Shoot, what was the other one? had it on the tip of my tongue, but now I can't think of it. So it must not have been a really great choice.
Were you gonna say like Pez or something stupid?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I know what it was. Probably my favorite chocolate bar of all time, 100 grand. But that can be
Whatchamacallit. You ever have a whatchamacallit?
real good. I just had one for the first time, long time, a couple weeks ago. It was phenomenal.
And the only reason that probably would have been my number one, but I didn't pick it because a lot of people don't know what they are.
Yeah.
They are fantastic. So if you're out there and you're in a gas station and you don't know what to get, you want to try something new, get a whatchamacallit chocolate bar. It's fantastic. They're fantastic.
So good. So good.
But I'll run over mine quick. So number 1, Nerds Gummy Clusters. 2, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. 3, Kit Kat. 4, Peanut Butter M&Ms. And 5, Milky Way.
Love it. And then for mine, I had 1 at Twix, number 2 Skittles, 3 Snickers, 4 Reese's Fast Break, 5 Twizzlers, regular Twizzlers, red Twizzlers. Yeah, solid list. We'll have the poll up on Tuesdays as always. If you don't follow us on Instagram, feel free to shoot us an email at the jakebreakpodcast@gmail.com or reach out to us some other way. But otherwise, another great episode in the book, Trent. I feel like this is a top tier episode here. A lot of different things we were chatting about. Maybe a longer episode than what we've usually done, but we had a lot of good stuff that we talked about on here. So
yeah, a little over an hour went by pretty quick. So
yeah,
enjoy it.
Yeah, well, good deal. Well, we appreciate all your support. Thanks again for jumping on the 20th episode. We welcome you aboard. If this is your first time listening, I hope you stay on board with us. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your loved ones about the show. Let us know what we can do better to keep growing this program and create a bigger show, better content for y'all. If you want to be on the show or you know somebody that would be a good fit for the show, send us an email, send us a DM on Instagram, TikTok, shoot us an email, whatever you want to do to let us know, because we are actively looking to keep growing this program, bring some people on board, hear their stories, hear their takes, and see if maybe a guest can take home another win on the blind draft. But
yeah,
all in all, another great episode, another great week. Have a good time till next Monday. We will see you then.